Sexual consent. Yeah, I'm not even going to do an intro to this video because I just want to get right to the point because it's so important. Sexual consent needs to be talked about more because it is so common that things can happen where it shouldn't happen, but people feel like it has to happen because of certain circumstances. People will end up doing things that they don't want to do because they feel like they have to. They feel pressured to do it. There's some sort of obligation for them to do it. Oh my God, I'm here to tell you, you never, ever have to do anything you don't want to do, no matter what the situation. For example, if you are in a relationship, you are with this partner for a very long time, you have had sex before, you like sex, you like being with each other, all of the sexual things are happening and have happened and there's no problem there. But if there's one night where you don't want to do it, but they really want to do it and make you feel pressured into doing it and you do it, that's not good. I wouldn't say it's a form of abuse or assault, but it's on the spectrum. Because if you really don't want to do it, then your partner should understand. And, yes, they might be a bit disappointed. They might be, horny and, they wanted to have sex with you. They might think that you don't find them attractive and get paranoid. But that's their problem. I'm sorry to say, but that is their problem. If you don't want to have sex, you shouldn't do that. I'll just throw him one, so he's not angry or upset or whatever. No, don't do that. Because why? Why? The biggest thing for me is if I want to have sex with someone and they don't want to have sex, it kind of turns me off. It's like, what's the point? Like, if they're not enjoying it, it really it feels wrong. Like, not like I've known, but I've been paranoid that when I'm having sex with someone, they're not enjoying it, and I've been paranoid, and I can't get to the finish line, and I just get too in my head. I'm just thinking, what am I doing? Like, if they're not enjoying this, we should just do something else. Like, this is not good. This is not hot. I don't want to do this. So your partner should respect that you don't want to do it right now, and they shouldn't take it personally. Sometimes you're just not in the mood. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you've got worries on your mind. Sometimes it's just not what you want to do, and that is okay. Sometimes you don't want to watch a movie and you do something else. That's kind of similar. I don't know, I'm trying to use a different analogy. Sometimes you don't always want to do one thing, you want to do something else instead. And that's perfectly okay. And you can say no. That's the beauty of consent. You can say no. There is nothing wrong with it. You have to say no. You basically have to say no if you don't want to do something, because it's just not going to feel right. It's going to cause a bit of friction. Maybe not all the time. Maybe you'll just get over it like in a day or two. But it causes a bit of friction if you don't want to do something. You're kind of just like, ugh, I'll just let him do his thing and then I can go to sleep. That's not a good attitude to have, especially in a relationship. Just know that it's okay to say no. And if they get angry and offended and disappointed and all these negative things because you said no, you've really got to look at that relationship and realize, do they really respect me and respect what I want? There's another experience with consent that I want to talk about, and it's going to be a personal experience, something that I have gone through, and I felt really bad at myself, like I did something wrong, when I'm realizing now I did fucking nothing wrong. So this is another one that is very common as well. So I was living over in Spain for a summer a few years back. I was working in a bar, restaurant kind of thing, and there was a lot of bar and restaurants around me, and I ended up making friends with a few people around me. There was one night that I really wanted to go out. None of my friends from the bar I was working in wanted to go out, but I met a friend across the way who was working on a restaurant, and I said to him, like, oh, what are you doing tonight? And he said, oh, I'm going out. And I was like, cool, do you mind if I tag along? We can have like a night out or whatever. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. We decided to meet at this particular pub. And we did, and we hit it off. We got on really well. We seemed very attracted to each other. Like, I didn't really know him that well, so I was kind of getting to know him on this night out. And inevitably, we started kissing, but it happens. We were drunk, we were attracted to each other. We started kissing, and it was good. Then later on the night, he asked if I wanted to come back to his house, and I was up for it. I was like, yeah, let's do this. It wasn't like, let's come over and watch a movie. Like, we knew what was going to happen. So I got back to his house. We were in bed. Things happened. Mostly to me. I'm not going to go into detail, it's private. And I was up for it. I was like, yeah, we're going to have sex. We'll do this, we'll do that, blah, blah, blah. it was all in my head that yes, this is going to happen. And I don't know what shifted, but I was lying there and I just didn't feel right. I kind of decided like, oh no, I actually don't want to do anything. I don't want to have sex. I don't want to go any further. I kind of want this to stop and go to sleep. I don't know what came over me. I don't know what it was. I was attracted to him. We got on really well. He was really nice. I just suddenly decided, no, I don't really want to do this. So I told him that. And he got angry. Angry and kind of like a little bit aggressive, kind of just like saying, oh, well, you would say that after I've done all this stuff and I get nothing. You tease, you fucking bitch, you slut. All these horrible words being thrown at me because I said I didn't want to have sex with him. I said, like, I'm really sorry. Like, I don't know what's happened. I don't feel right anymore. I just don't want to do it. I'm really, really sorry. Like, I never do this. I'm very, very sorry. And he kept on throwing more things at me. Just, I can't believe you did this. Oh my God. Like, you're one of those girls who just, you know, gets whatever they want and then leave the guy hanging. All this kind of stuff. He was kind of on top of me as well when he was saying this. And I wouldn't say he was pinning me down, but it was something along those lines where I felt like I was a little bit stuck. He wasn't like forceful and like grabbing my arms and keeping me down, but he was holding me down, if you know what I mean. And I started panicking. I was like, oh my God, this guy's getting really angry. You know, he is kind of like turned on. Something bad could happen. And I got a little bit scared. Luckily, he eventually like fell to the side and he was still being angry and annoyed and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Now, I was really, really drunk. I didn't know where we were because we got in a taxi and like, I didn't know the area. I was just living in Spain. But I said to him like, oh, I'm going to have to go. And he said, no, don't go. You know, we don't know where you are. You're very drunk and all this stuff. And I was like, no, I can't stay in this situation. You know, I can't stay here after you've talked to me like that. So he kind of just said, fine, go. He knew I had no way home. I didn't know where I was. I had no phone. He just didn't care because he wasn't getting sex. He was like, get out of here. And the next day I came into work and I was telling the people in work about what happened, and all the girls were so supportive and saying, oh my God, he's such a dick. Are you okay? All this kind of stuff. But there was one guy that I worked with who was on that guy's side. He went over to talk to that guy while he was working and was completely agreeing with everything the guy was saying. And he came back to me and he said, Sarah, yeah, you deserved that because, you know, you went over there with the intention of sex with him. He did things to you and you didn't repay the favor. I would be really annoyed if that happened to me. And kind of just, again, spouting all that stuff to me. I'm just like, excuse me? What? And then I started to question me and like, oh my God, am I a bitch? Am I a horrible person? Did I use him? Like all this stuff going through my mind thinking, oh my God, I should have just done it. People wouldn't be thinking that I'm a tease. People wouldn't be saying all these things about me and I wouldn't feel so shitty right now. That's actually what I thought until I really, really thought about it like maybe a few years later. And I was like, no, you are allowed to say no if you get any bad feelings at any point during sexual acts. You could be literally having sex and then decide to say no. Like, that is okay. And I didn't think that when I was in the situation. I thought, oh shit, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I should have just slept with him and it would have been all good. I mean, I've had sex before. It's not going to be a big deal. You know, you think these weird things in your head when people start agreeing with other people and you think you're the one in the wrong. It was horrendous, and I felt really shit about myself, but I realized that it's okay. If you are not comfortable, like, why would you do something that you don't want to do that can affect you later on in life? Like, if I had sex with him and didn't really feel it, like, I could have an issue with sex now because I was like, oh, well, I did it before because I didn't want to, and it wasn't really good, and it really put me off sex. Like, it could have made a bigger deal in my head than saying no. Like, yes, I got abuse from these people, but I got over it. I was like, okay, well, they're obviously just being dicks, and you know, I can move on, and I can recognize now that if you don't want to have sex, you can just say no, and if they react badly, that's their problem, not mine. I'm being honest with them. I can understand, like, when you're really, really turned on, you want to do stuff, and the other person says they want to do stuff, and then decide to say no. Like, yeah, okay, it can be disappointing. You really wanted to have sex with this person, and it's no longer happening. But you kind of just get over it. You kind of just have to let yourself like breathe and say, okay, it's not happening. This person doesn't want to do it. I don't want to have sex with this person if they don't want to do it. Yes, you'll be disappointed and you'll still probably be horny and whatever. But you can sort yourself out when the person is gone and it's no big deal. Why would you want someone to have sex with you if they don't want to have sex with you? So that's just my experience with it. I've had times where I've been with someone and they just don't want to have sex. It's like, okay, fair enough. Yes, it's a bit, oh, I really want to have sex. Then, I'm really horny. But you kind of have to be an adult and accept it. That's just because you want to have sex doesn't mean the other person wants to have sex at the very same time. Like, people have different sex drives. People have different times when they want to have sex. People they can feel like bad about themselves and they don't really want to have sex when they're feeling that way. They want to feel sexy and things like that. So you have to take all these things into consideration, and it's not just you, and they're not trying to just get what they want and then leave you. Like, maybe some people are like that. That's them, but not all people are like that. And you have to make yourself happy, and don't put yourself in a situation just because you don't want to have the conflict or you don't want to disappoint someone. If you don't want to do something, they should completely accept that and be happy to just, do something else. Or you can even talk about the reasons why you don't want to have sex. Just have open communication and understanding and respect for each other. That is so, so, so key. And you also have to be understanding if there's someone who says no to you, if you want to have sex with them and they say no at whatever time, you have to be understanding, because some things can change and they might not even understand why. Like with that guy, I have no idea. Like, I was attracted to him. I thought he was good looking and funny and nice, and we got on. But there was just something that clicked and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And it was nothing to do with him. I didn't even know what was going on with me. Maybe I was, too drunk. Maybe I was just didn't want to have sex with another person. I don't know what it was. So try and be understanding if it does happen to you and you really want to have sex. There's no point in getting aggressive, because that becomes a dangerous, dangerous territory. Sex is great. I understand that. Sex is amazing. But people's feelings are more important than that. So yeah, just be kind to each other and make sure there's complete consent at every point. I'm not saying that during sex you have to say, oh, you still want to do this? Do you still want to do this? But if they pipe up and say, I don't want to do this, stop immediately, do something else, and then you can talk about it later. And if you're in that situation and you want to say no, say no. Don't second guess yourself. If you don't feel right, stop immediately. Like, it doesn't matter at what stage. He could be literally about to, and you can say no. If you're not feeling it, like, literally, you have to look after yourself and do what feels right for you, because this is your life. This is your health. This is your sexual health. This is your mental health. This is just how you feel inside, and you should always look after number one, which is you. So please, please, please learn that word, no, and it's okay to say it. No, I do not want to do this. No, 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 I'm sorry, no. So I think that's all I have to say on the matter. No can be a good word in this situation. You're allowed to say no, and make sure that your partner is consenting and is happy and is comfortable at all times, and make sure you yourself is happy and comfortable at all times. And don't let other people make you feel like shit because you said no matter what stage it was at. Like, when people made me feel shit for saying no to this guy after he just did things to me and I did nothing to him. Don't listen to those people. Those people don't respect you. They don't care about you. You don't need them in your life. People who do care about you will sympathize and be there for you. So just make sure you're just doing things that make you happy and comfortable. Just don't listen to other people. Please give this video a wee thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please let me know in the comment section how you feel about sexual consent. Have you had any bad experiences with it like I did? And please let me know. Sorry for having such a serious topic. I really wanted to just talk about it because I think it's so important and I think it needs to be talked about more. So I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something from it. And yeah, always be safe and look after yourselves. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.